down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it, many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. Will you find me? Hope you find me. I'll be back home soon. When the sun rises, when the sun
Oh man, we here. We are here. We made it, y'all. I know it was looking a little touch and go there for a minute. It was, but we made it. It's Friday. Man, I don't know about y'all, but good gracious of life. It's been one doozy of a week. Y'all, what's going on out there? Well, first, happy belated birthday to Roses Are Red. Much appreciated, member of the Broken Army. But look, y'all just gonna let aliens land in Las Vegas. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. We ain't even gonna talk about that. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Aliens just landing and folks, everybody seeing them. Everybody seeing them. But we just like, whatever. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all, all I can do is put the information out there. That's it. I can't make y'all put the effort in and get good at it, because I'm telling you, man, this pretty hoodoo ain't gonna do it, man. Let me tell y'all, I've often thought that, like the battle is not gonna come from outer space. It's gonna come from inner space. So y'all better watch out. I'm telling y'all. Y'all better watch out. Cause look, y'all in the chat like, wait, what? Yeah, some daggone aliens, allegedly, cause you always gotta say allegedly, right? Landed in Las Vegas, and they showed like body cam footage, and one of the cops was telling the other one, like, man, I saw it. And then supposedly some black SUVs pulled up, and they were showing like the footage on the news, and then it blacked out when the officers were walking behind behind the house into these people's backyard. And they're like, well, we blacked out the footage because that's considered private property. Man, you know how many backyards I done seen them run into on cops? But now all of a sudden it's private. Man, y'all better get up out of here. I better get up out of here. Shoot. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know, shoot, I got my candles lit and ancestors strong, pots fed, all of it. All of it. So you ain't catching me slipping. Got Lucille. I mean, we ain't getting got the Bethlehems. We ain't getting caught sleeping around here. Absolutely not. But man, I saw that. I was like, what? Next thing you know, shoot, they're gonna be like, well, you know, we have a new independent party running in 2024, and it's gonna be Bigfoot. Bigfoot about to run for president, y'all. I mean, every day I look around at the world. I look around at society and I go, Big Mama was right. These are the last days. You know, Big Mamas have been universally claiming the last days for about 80 years. But I'm telling y'all, we getting there. We getting to the last days. I don't know. I don't know. How y'all doing this Friday? Hopefully, you know, y'all doing all right. You know, we made it. We made it to the end of the week. It's been a busy week for me. Man, let me tell you. There's been a lot going on. Had that awesome webinar. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Hopefully the people who attended enjoyed it as well. Those of you who are going to get the replay, hopefully y'all enjoy it. You know, I caught some flack on that webinar. I did. It seems like I'm always causing a stir in the legitimate hoodoo community. I ain't talking about this online stuff. I'm talking about the legitimate hoodoo community. There's always some little gray-haired old man or old woman. Well, why are you teaching them how to do that? You know, if you teach them how to make the stuff, they ain't gonna buy it from you. And I say, this is my rationale. This is my logic. Because if I don't know anything, I know people. Shoot, the ones in a body and the ones without. I know people. And so what I told them, I was like this. I was like, look, how long have the grocery stores been selling ground beef? For a while, right? How long they been selling buns? Long time. How long they been selling cheese, ketchup, mustard, French fries? Before they were selling French fries, they were selling potatoes. What, spitting? I'm like, right? They're like, yeah, they've been selling it a long time, right? And McDonald's and Burger King, they ain't in any danger of going out of business, are they? Wendy's, none of them. They making billions. You know why? Because people will still, at times, go out and, you know, partake rather than make. Shoot. That's always been my rationale behind it. And plus, I want to document stuff. I said a while, my reason for doing this channel when I started wasn't to teach hoodoo. It was to document hoodoo. This was like my book of sorts in video form. So at the end of the day, I can look back, you know, and go, you know, at least out of all this marketeered bull jive, there's one place where those who had an ear to listen could go and hear the real thing. That was that was like my whole thing. It was. So, shoot, folks out there gonna make their watches. They gonna make their earls, and when they don't feel like it, they gonna go to www.trueconjure.com or wherever. That's just the way it is. That is just the way it is. Y'all, I am so tired, but I'm gonna tell y'all why I decided to do this live. Right? I decided to do this live because I couldn't go to sleep, and I am tired, but I couldn't go to sleep. And it's nothing spiritual. I ate some chili slaw dogs, and I don't know if they have those wherever y'all are from, or if it's something exclusive to the South. But it is exactly how it sounds. It is a hot dog with chili and coleslaw. And the thing about a chili slaw dog is, the older you get, They still taste amazing. But they fight you. Oh, they fight you. And so I'm like, I know better. See, with age comes wisdom. And my wisdom is telling me I shouldn't lay down. I should not. So I said to myself, I say self. Self said, since we not gonna lay down, let's get on here and talk to the people. Let's get on here and talk to the people. Let's see what the folks had to say. Want to talk about. Alana Mystic 1 says, if we were at the webinar, do we pay for the replay? No. Hit me on the text line. If you were in the webinar, right? If you purchased the webinar, then hit me on the text line and I will send you the replay. I've been sending them out. I had it ready, but I was too busy to like email folks. But the ones who I texted the link to, then I think I got most of them. Denise Tasca says that would give me the meat sweats. I have not heard that in a while. Meat sweats, man. I'm telling you. And a chili slaw dog. Boy, I'm telling you, have I can't even describe it to you. Family, I can't even describe it to you. It's just something you have to experience. It's just something you have to experience. But anyway, you know what? I do have something I want to share with y'all. And this was a conversation that was sparked by an earlier conversation, right? And like all the comic book movies and everything, one of the things that's really big in the whole sci-fi comic book, fantasy genre right now is the multiverse, right? The multiverse. And that's always been a topic in quantum physics. Y'all didn't know a country boy knew about quantum physics, did you? Well, I don't, but I know the word quantum physics. So, how there are multiple parallel universes and blah, 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 this, that, and the third. What if I were to tell you, right, that is something that old workers kind of knew, even if they didn't know it by that term, they kind of knew it. See, old workers know that when you do a reading, I don't care what system you use. When you are doing a reading, a legitimate reading, you are looking at one potentiality, right? And even though it may not be, considered a multiverse type deal, we do understand that we have free will, right? And I have always told people this. Look, if you get a reading and you ask the reader, oh my gosh, will you pull some cards? Am I going to get hit by a car today? And the cards say, no, you are not going to get hit by a car today. Does that mean you should walk blindfolded down the middle of the street since the cards just said you're not going to get hit by a car? No. You, like as Fred Sanford would say, you big dummy. No. It means that as of right there, right then, with the decisions you were planning on making at that point, you're not going to get hit by a car. See, so many people mess up the outcomes of their readings by just deciding to go another route. Now, I know sometimes a reading will give you like, hey, this is going to happen. You might need to go over here. That's one thing. But another is you sitting there like, man, I'm thinking about, investing in crypto, right? And then the readings tell you that, it'll say, oh yeah, you're going to get rich, blah, blah, whatever. And then you're like, well, I know I went into the reading going to invest in crypto and it said I was going to get rich, but crypto's looking shaky right now. I think I'm going to go into the stock market. Then you lose everything. Going into that reading, you were going to invest in crypto. And so that was the timeline you were on. People get readings and start jumping timelines. Nieves, thank you so much. I appreciate the Cashapp. I don't know why I didn't cha-ching. But rest assured, it was received. Thank you so much for the support, fam. So, internalize that. when you are getting a reading, where were you at that moment? And if it's good, ride that on out. Don't go jumping tracks mid reading. Now, give y'all another little nugget. Yeah, give y'all another little nugget. See, we know that hoodoo doesn't manifest anything. I dare say, I have yet in 30 plus years seen any branch of magic manifest something. The last thing, we just don't. We move stuff around. I move the money from there to here, the love from there to here, the luck from there to there, the bad luck from here to there. And up out of here. All we doing is moving stuff around. We don't manifest. We don't create, even though those are the catchphrases of society right now. What if I were to tell you now, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this? Because I've long felt that every daydream is a potential reality. And how I've gone about drawing that reality to my current reality is just looking at that person, that me that I'm daydreaming. Because I'm putting myself in different scenarios, right? Put myself in different scenarios. And in this scenario, well, I'm suave, smooth, and debonair. So I'm like, well, what would that Lou say that this Lou doesn't? And then I make this Lou act like that Lou. And then guess what? That daydream becomes reality. I've often thought that every daydream is a prophetic glimpse, right? It is an intentional prophetic glimpse where we are looking at a potential reality. So when you sit and daydream and you got enough money that you swimming in it like Scrooge McDuck, that's a potential reality. You just got to draw it from whatever timeline it's on to this one. And so part of it is you need to make yourself into that person. So either you now that goes down to the Shake a Booty Club and spends the rent money, that's not going to be the one out there swimming in cash. You got to make better decisions. So you change the now to get to that potential, to that potential reality. I know y'all like Prophet. What is in that energy drink? People always want to, I want the deeper teachings. And a lot of it has nothing. A lot of the deeper teachings that people want has absolutely nothing to do with methodology, right? I could tell y'all some of the most gruesome and gory curses and hexes out. That don't mean you're gonna be able to pull it off. I've at times been criticized when I'm teaching hoodoo that, oh, Prophet, you move too slow. Like, no, I'm building a foundation. See, by the time I'm done, you should be able to go into any bookstore. I don't care. You should be able to go and pull a complete list of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter curses and hexes and jinxes and whatever, and be able to pull something off. With a strong enough foundation and an understanding about how this stuff works, you should be able to pull something off. And so a lot of, we get stuck in the methodology. I want to learn all the different works and things. And we went over in the webinar. Well, the 5 things that if you become good at, you can be an effective worker. A love drawing, a luck drawing, a money drawing, a hex, and something else. I always forget what number 5 is. Somebody help me out. If you were in the webinar, what was number 5? I always forget number 5. But anyway, just build a foundation. DeAndre Morales says this is off topic, but this whole thing off topic. Trust me. Shoot, I'm trying to digest this chili slaw dogs. So you good, trust me. This is off topic, but have you worked with Saint Expedite? And if so, what was your experience? He worked for me, but I don't think I've heard you talk about working with him. Well, this is one of those things where it's like, I kind of remember doing something with Saint Expedite. Yeah, the protection. Thank you. I kind of remember working with Saint Expedite, but it's one of those things where it's like, Saint Expedite don't do nothing for nobody hardly anymore, because people don't work Saint Expedite to death. And Saint Expedite is not a traditional hoodoo spirit. That's more New Orleans voodoo, which is totally different. And Saint Expedite is a created spirit. See, that was, I don't know if y'all caught it when I was like, we haven't manifested anything, and then I trailed off and just regrouped somewhere else. I was about to say since Saint Expedite. I was honestly about to say we ain't created or manifested anything since Saint Expedite. Saint Expedite is a creative spirit, and I believe that energy has long since been depleted. Long since been depleted. And I think it got depleted from the expectation of maximum results from minimum effort that the marketeers have sold the spiritual community. All you have to do is this. And I mean, you hear that all the time. All you have to do is this, right? That's what they make people believe. When they say all you have to do is this, they're implying that you don't hardly have to do anything. And look at all these blessings that are going to rain down upon you. When it's really work, it never ceases to amaze me. I can give the simplest of working, but if I say something like, oh, you got to bury this in the ground, that's going to be somebody else. Well, can I put it in a potted plant? It makes me wonder, like, where are y'all that you don't touch no ground? Now, I did have someone one time during a live stream in the wintertime. They're like, I live way up north and the ground is frozen solid. I'm like, okay, I get that. But everybody wants to cut some corners. Everybody want to cut some corners. So, yeah, maximum result with minimum effort. And so that's what happened. That's what depleted most of the Saint Expedite energy. What's up, sis? Hey, Coco. Most of the Saint Expedite energy. Everybody's like, man, I'm about to get this money. It ain't gonna cost me nothing but a $4 pound cake. That's it. Just a $4 pound cake. Next, I just saw what you put in the chat. Y'all had chili and peanut butter sandwiches? I mean, hey. That's a combination. That is a combination. Y'all, I've been so busy. I hadn't even had a chance. Today was supposed to be snake feeding day, and I got to feed them tomorrow. Somebody actually donated to have enemies fed to the snakes, and the snakes are hungry. The snakes are hungry. I mean, they looking at me. I'm looking at them right now. I'm looking at them. Look at me. DeAndre, appreciate it so much. Thank you for the super chat. So, I got to get the feeding. I got to get the feeding. Wait a minute. Hold up. Time out. Traveling, flag on the play, clipping. Y'all, Knicks, y'all dip your peanut butter sandwiches in chili. Thank you again, DeAndre. There was a little lag there, but I appreciate it. I mean, hey, y'all do what y'all do. I mean, I probably wouldn't partake in dipping. Probably not. Definitely not. But I would eat the peanut butter sandwich, and then I would eat the chili. But I'm not eating it together. Can't do it. Can't do it. But look here, y'all. This is what I want. This is what I want to talk about. Hey, Tasha. Yes, I do have snake shed available. Shoot, I don't know. Shoot me like what? $5 plus shipping. So $10 even. Right, Natalie. Natalie in the chat, y'all said people think they can do a working to sit on their butt. The working don't work if you don't work. Exactly. And I mean, I get it. I've often said people never want to admit how much of their expectation of a spiritual experience has come from Hollywood. Because deep down, we all know that it's kind of Lulu to be expecting your daggum spiritual experience to come off a movie that you know somebody just plucked out of their culito, right? You know that. But it don't stop people from doing it. People will still expect their spiritual experience to look just like the movie. To look just like, I don't know. Coco said we're going to need the mud butt prayer. Oh, dear God. Please let all things that need to be sealed remain sealed until the appointed time and hour. Good gracious of life. Woo. And actually, Tasha, I have some fresh shed because y'all know I stopped naming my snakes because it got to a point, and someone said this and it made sense. Why am I naming something that'll never come when I call it? Like a snake ain't gonna never come when you call it. So I just stopped naming them. I got this and that and then the other. So that, but just let me know. You know, do you want a python shed? Do you want a boa shed? Now you should know. You shouldn't have a name like that and come in here. That's just wrong. So you gotta go. You know, I mean, my bad, but you know, dang, that's just terrible. That's offensive. I'm offended. I'm offended. Well, snake skins or snake shed can be used for a few things, from protection to offensive workings. Now, I have heard that you could make an effective gopher dust with some snake shed. So, has a bunch of different uses. A bunch. Nix, I will not be partaking in any cheddar cheese and peanut butter sandwich. No. I ain't about to do it. Oh man. Whew. So, anaconda shit. I don't have an anaconda. And even if, I know where I could buy one, but you know how big them things get? Like, why? I don't want no 200-pound snake. Absolutely not. DeAndre said that's true because I had to do a lot of work before I started getting results. Exactly. And that is the thing. That is like the biggest thing that, especially like the marketeers, they don't want anybody ever coming to that conclusion because it goes against their bottom line. Because, not meaning to be offensive, but the world is lazy now. The world is lazy, and that's the weirdest thing. Laziness works against you in two forms. One, if you're not putting forth the effort, you're just not going to get good at this. It's more than just buying the right ingredients and following the right spell. I mean, you've got to learn to have your mind, body, and spirit in alignment. You got to learn how to stay focused. You got to learn to stay patient. There's just so much that goes against the current atmosphere in the world right now. So that's one thing that, being lazy, it works against you. Then two, man, the spirits know when you just being lazy. They know. The ancestors were a lot of things, but for the most part, they were not lazy. So they know when you sitting here throwing something in the trash can just because you didn't feel like driving 15 minutes to a river. They know when you putting something in a plant because you ain't felt like digging a hole in the ground. Y'all remember that? Like, I forgot. I don't think it was the last video, but one of the last two videos I did I'm demonstrating it to y'all, and I'm digging the hole with my hand just because I didn't bring my shovel. And I didn't think anything of it. But now, man, folks want to magic their way off the sofa. And I'm telling you, yikes, man. Yikes. Got you, Tasha. Maybe the volume was down too low so that the Cashapp chain will go to chain. Let me. There we go. There we go. Just also Tasha, text me your mailing address so I can get that to you. I get you that snake shed. Oh man. So what has been some like if you have been getting lackluster results, okay, you know, let's talk about that. When you do your spell work and you get lackluster results or no results, and I'm pretty sure that happens to a lot of people, because if you are just starting, you're almost guaranteed for that to happen, and it's okay. It is, you know, so many people start off in Hoodoo or whatever, and I mean starting off brand new, and they're like, man, nothing is working. I must be doing something wrong. Well, not necessarily. You knew. I don't care what it is in this world other than breathing. When we first started, we are not experts at it. And shoot, I got asthma, so I had to work on breathing. Shoot. It just takes a little bit of time, some more than others, some less than others. But just about every beginner, you are going to have lackluster results. The only time I have ever seen someone who just started out in this thing, or Palo, or Voodoo, or any of it, and they were getting results off bat is when they really weren't getting results. They were just claiming coincidence as a result of their working, because you see that a lot out here. It's like, I did this money work and I found $1.72 in change on the ground today. I'm pretty sure any of us do that. If we bend down and pick up every penny that we go across. But you get less than stellar results in the beginning. That's okay. Keep working at it. Slowly, you will build that spiritual muscle memory where it's like, okay, now I can shut. Now I can shut these outside noises out. Or now I have the guts to tell my family, look, I'm in here working. Shut up. Or something like that. You know? Then eventually something will click. You know, a friend of mine, while I was teaching this thing too, that was something that she said. She was like, it's like all of a sudden something just clicked and it just made sense. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it works. What's up, Sophia? I'm like, yeah, that is how it works. Something will just click and then it'll start to make sense. You know, you'll go, oh, that's what prophet meant, mind, body, and spirit. Oh, okay. All right. I got it. Or you'll be at your ancestor altar and you're like, wait a minute. This is what it's supposed to feel like. Man, doggone. Man, I could have been rich if I'd have been listening. This is the sensation. You know, I said it because I'm not going over the webinar again, man. I mean, it's $10. I mean, come on. But one thing that I did say, oh wait, that wasn't even a webinar. That was my Thursday class. My bad. That was a Thursday class. But I was saying something along the lines of the communication from spirit, right? It's going to come down below, like from. I did. Oh, see, look at that. Gold star for me. Spiritual communication is going to come from like the depths of your soul. You know what I'm saying? From the depths of your soul. And it's funny because I always equate it to it should rise up like a fart in a bathtub, right? If you are thinking you're getting the communication, and it's right here at the top of your head, you know, like if I ask you, you know, what's the last, what did you just watch on TV? I mean, that just happened not too far ago. So when you think about it, it's like right here. But if you have to think about your first boss's name, you were digging down deep trying to get that. So it's got to rise through some layers to get up here to your brain meats, right? You gotta, and it's like that memory rises up. Well, ancestral and spiritual communication rises up as well. It's like the sensation of remembering something that you're not even sure you remember. It's like somebody like, man, you remember that time when such and such had said that, and then I said this, and you like, it happened so long ago that sometimes you're like, do I remember this? Or do I think I'm remembering it because you describing it so vividly? Does that happen to anybody else? Seriously, does that happen to anybody else? Where you think you remember it, but it's like, but I don't know, because you describing it so much. I'm like, am I just constructing a memory just off of your description? Well, that little, am I remembering this or am I remembering something that didn't happen? That's the feeling. That's the best way I can describe it. That's the feeling right there. That is the feeling of spiritual communication right there. And that's why I said, managing your expectations going in. The biggest help that I can give anyone is take it as it is. Don't go in expecting an experience. Take it as it is. Just go, okay, whatever y'all give me, that's what I'm here for. Okay. Now, don't and resist the urge to try to attribute something spiritual to the mundane. I was talking to a lady, and she wanted a class, and so that was her consultation time. We just gave her a class, and I said, listen, just go there, sit, and take whatever comes. Don't sit there, oh, my left nipple is itching. Is that the ancestors? No, that's just an itch. Okay. But if you get just a memory coming up, and do not be surprised, guys. Do not be surprised if you just get sentence fragments, just a word, or you get like two words that don't even go together. Speaking booger. Something don't even go together. You are just learning. You just tapping in. It's like those some of y'all too young to know how radios used to work. But back in the day, man, you had to play with them things. It's like jam, and then the Braves score, oh jam, and then sometimes you had to like turn it out real slow to really get it in there till it was crisp and clear, and then you let it go because I got it. Now let it go, right? That's what's happening when you are like just beginning your spiritual communication journey with your ancestor altar, with the spirits that walk with you, even through divination. It takes time to dial that in. So you may get some bits and pieces. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Just keep at it. Just keep at it. Right, Jim Pat, those were the best radios. Listen, I remember listening to Reverend Ike with my great auntie in the summertime because we spent a lot of time at her house. And see, y'all don't know. The best times were laying in my great auntie's bed, and the window was up, and that air, that summertime air, that even it was probably still like 78, 79 degrees. But all you know is it was better than 98. And it felt amazing. And we listening to Reverend Ike and just tuned in. And it's clear. And that's it. Right? That's it. You know what? Shoot, I need to get me a old school radio. I sure am. Get me an old school radio. Because that's the best. See, now everything is digital. You just punch it in, it goes right. It goes right to it. But back in the day, boy, you had to dial that sucker in. You got a lot of static. You got static and kind of some words. You got... Oh, Tasha, thank you so much. Tasha said, for donation run. I appreciate that. Right. Jim had to move in different parts of the room during the day to keep the signal. See, that's something people, these kids nowadays, they don't know nothing about that. That's why a lot of these analogies get lost because, the sunlight, the radiation from the sun would affect the signal. So I know here in Georgia, if you were listening to an AM station on just, if it was a clear night, man, you might get something from North Carolina. And that was the best. Even the television was like that. I remember up in Atlanta, right? Growing up, you had Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 8, which was PBS. Then you had Channel 11, which was NBC. You had Channel 17, which is TBS, and 36, 46, and Channel 69. I know what y'all gonna say. That was a legitimate channel. But every so often in the summer, if it was clear, we would get Channel 14. I don't even know where it came from. We were like, what? We got another channel? We got another channel? And it was always staticky, but you just got to see it. Just a little bit. So think about that. That is how, when you are first learning to divine, right? People, even my method of reading cards, and it is linear, it is straightforward, but there's still some it's a large degree of tapping in the spirit required because, unlike tarot or oracle, you don't have any pictures. Look here. There's my grandmama's deck right here. But look, shoot, these, of course the court cards got pictures, but these joints ain't nothing to draw from. You can't look at it like, oh, well, see, she's holding this, which means, hey, you just gotta dial in, right? But the more you do the reading, the more you practice, the more you try, because it's gonna be hard because you're gonna try to go through it logically and go, okay, well, this means this and that means that. But then you're gonna get stumped, and that's when spirit gonna kick in eventually. You're gonna go, kind of seen a red hat. See, I've told this story. I've been reading cards for a while, and I was doing these readings for these folks, and I won't say I checked out, but it's like it was like a Yoruba priestess, right? And she had a different kind of energy, and so I'm like, oh yeah. And at that point, I just started doing the reading. And I had been talking for a good 10, 15 minutes before I realized I hadn't even glanced down at the cards. I'm just flowing. So, you gotta, you just invest. If this is something you want, right? And I mean something you really, really desire, not just the results, because some people, embrace hoodoo. They don't want hoodoo. They just want the results. And once they get what they want, hoodoo just gonna be like Rosetta Stone. It's gonna be like that Planet Fitness membership. It's gonna be like that jump rope, that exercise bike. It's gonna be like all that stuff, just somewhere gathering dust, right? But for the folks who really want this, who really want the community, who really want to serve the spirits, who really want to get good at this, man. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some time. If y'all ever hear the Broken Prophet was assassinated today, it's because the marketeers done sent somebody for me. Now, y'all know that ain't going to happen. Y'all know that ain't going to happen for real. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. And Lucille, you need a bath. Shoot, look at y'all. See, y'all reminiscing. Y'all reminiscing right now about that. And guess what? The next time y'all at y'all's ancestor altar, and you're gonna sit there, and then you're gonna be like, I'm thinking about bologna. but it's right up here. That's just you being hungry. Oh, greedy tail. But then you're gonna settle back down. Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do like Prophet said. You know, I got my pen. I got my notebook. Got my notebook. My little pad right here. And I'm just gonna write down whatever happens. Okay, I don't know what banana hammock means, but it rolls. I'll put it right there. Banana hammock. That's wild. All right. 72. All right. And then the next thing you know, you're gonna be driving along 72nd Street the next day, and a dude gonna run by in a Speedo. You be like, what the? Banana hammock 72. Damn it, Prophet told me that's what it's gonna feel. I could have been talking to them the whole time. The whole time. Oh, Goddess T, I appreciate that. You know, I'm trying. You know, I'm trying. That's not really a glow, Goddess. That's you know, yeah, it's hot. It is hot. So there we go. There you go. So that, hey, I can't make it no simpler than that. No matter how simple I try to make it, somebody tries to make it even simpler. So tell yourself, listen, I'm not going to practice lazy spirituality. I'm going to do what needs to be done to the best of my abilities, because I know maximum results usually come through maximum effort. Maximum result usually. And trust me, I don't be feeling like doing this a lot of times. Man, them jokes, I bribe my spirits. I do. I will nag my spirits like, man, okay, I know you talking about the ocean, but it's easy for you to say I need to leave this at the ocean. You ain't got to drive 4 hours. That used to be the worst. Yeah, when I lived in Atlanta, and that's home, but that used to be the worst when they were adamant I need to drop, because Atlanta is landlocked. Atlanta is landlocked. So if they said something had to go in the ocean, man, that is a road trip. So yeah, you know. Oh yeah, just tack that on to the price. Of course, make you pay for it. I gotta go drive into the ocean. Sure did. But now I'm like, okay, I know you would prefer the ocean, right? But if I throw it in a stream, all streams eventually flow into rivers, which eventually lead to the ocean. That's just as good, right? What if I give you 2 roosters? Huh? Yeah. And some rum. Oh yeah, I thought so. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm just glad we can see eye to eye, Spirit. Nah, you know, that's why I fucks with you. You know what I'm saying, Spirit? That is why I fucks with you. Absolutely. But, you know, all jokes aside, that's a relationship that I built, which is another thing. Yeah, y'all gotta build in relationships. You know, you gotta build in relationships. Don't go in too casual. Don't What up, John? My ninja. Look here. Man, I'm a smooth slide you this Colt 45, and I need you to go handle that new job for me. All right, folk. Appreciate it. Yeah. But you also don't need to be Almighty John the Conqueror, thou who have liberated mine ancestors from years and years of bondage, I implore you. He don't like that neither. Find somewhere in the middle ground. The problem with people and spirits now is that people don't know how to build any type of friendships anymore. People just want to swipe left. It's like, you know, like, nope. Oh, here's Bay. That don't work. You know, people don't know how to make friends no more. And so if you don't know how to make friends who are still right in front of you, how you know how to make friends that's on the other side? I don't know, Jay. It depends on how I feel. But one way to guarantee that you will see this is in the member section. But I mean, I know it's hard, but you know, everybody, you know, ain't one of them serial you know what's. There's some good folks out here. You just got to get people don't know how to meet people anymore. People just don't know how to meet folks anymore. Shoot. But I will strike up a conversation, and I'm shy. I'm shy, and I'll strike up a conversation with you. Look, I mean, right now, look at this. We got 35 million people here in the Hoodoo arena. The millions and millions of the Prophet's fans. So, you know, spirituality is meant to boost every aspect of your life. Not just the hooky spooky stuff. You know, you just when the spirits decide they're gonna slow your money down, oh, you become real good at managing it. You break out of that shyness when you digging through somebody's trash looking for a personal concern to do some work with. Oh yeah, that happens. That happens. Or heavens forbid, if you become a professional worker, man, do y'all know how many pairs of drawers get mailed to my P.O. box? And other unsavory things? Sometimes I'll be like, God, how you get all this? And why you save it? Ugh. But make you paranoid. I mean, I understand why y'all paranoid, but still, you gotta get to know folks. Man, I mean, socks, drawers, hair, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff done been mailed to me. You can't be shy. Oh no, you can't be shy. You'll get out of it quick. Or do like I do, just learn to overcome it. See, spirituality help all aspects. All aspects. Shoot. Lex, y'all, women, y'all mailing draws. Yep. When it comes to a love spell, be like, I'm like, ma'am, all I need, just cut me a little strip off and mail that. No, y'all send a whole pair of boxes. Everything. Shoot, this one person sent socks, drawers, Ziploc bags neatly labeled. This is pubic hairs. This is hair from the head. I'm like, how are you getting all this? How? This is a rag that we used after. I'm like, man. It's getting to the point now. You know, somebody asked me today. They said, Prophet, do you have more women or men coming to you for a love spell? And I say it's women, but only by a nose, right? But I will say this: when dudes come for a love spell, dudes don't be having nothing. They don't be having nothing. Like no, I'd be like, I think she left a bonnet over here. Yeah, y'all ladies, y'all be leaving bonnets. I think she left a bonnet over here. But ladies, man, y'all be sending god dang. I'm like, how are you getting all this? At the point now, man, you gotta have relations, then dive out a window. I gotta get out of here. Boy, you gotta have relations and get out the window. Just out here collecting everything, boy. Shoot. My God. Like, ladies, real serious, how y'all getting all that? Like just how? Like just how? How y'all getting all that? I mean, you know, when she sent the public hairs, it was like a little tuft of it. I'm like, what? I don't know no dude that's gonna lay there and you come go in there his junk like, hold on, just hold still. Just still, hold on. I be like, man, I ain't mean to kick you in the face, but I got nervous. Shoot, I just looked and you was coming at my junk with some scissors. Shoot. Like, yeah. Look, no lie, I have gloves. Like for real, gloves and man, y'all ought to see how I open up. Y'all ought to see how I open up my mail. I open up my mail like it's a dang on bomb. I'm talking about look, no lie, I don't breathe. That's bad. I don't rip it over my finger. I'm like, I want to join up to the light. Shoot, be like, whew, all right. I had said I'm gonna get me one of them Geiger counters. just one. See if it be like man, it's radioactive. Lig Livid. Y'all, I'll be right back. I just saw what Lig Livid said. Good gracious alive. I heard. Woo. Lord have mercy. To see this went all the way left. I was just giving y'all some serious stuff, and now we done went left. Hold on, y'all. Let me pay the. I think Hoodoo Dog need to go out. I need to pay the water bill, but I hear him up tip tapping around. Make sure he don't need to go out. I'll be right back, y'all. right, y'all, I'm back. Shoot, me and Hoodoo Dog both had to pay the water bill. But yeah, man. I won't say it went left. Anybody, but well, y'all something else. Y'all something else. Nieves, I did ask. I did. I asked, I guess. I don't know. Tasha, I don't forgot what the topic was too. Look, man, listen. I got 2 mods in here flexing way too hard. I got 2 mods in here flexing too hard. I got mod number 1 that was just talking about my hubby's my biggest flex. Not talking about who ain't nobody worth doing all that. Get out of here. Y'all need to quit. Y'all need to quit. Y'all need to stop. Man, anybody in here having some setbacks and some workings that they're doing, be it love, money, whatever? Because see, I'm going to tie it back into what we were talking about. You try everything. Anybody having some setbacks? Because I'm going to tie it back to the timeline thing that we were talking about. Talking about who worth doing. Y'all need to quit. Y'all need to stop. Because one trick, if you are, because people don't want to admit it, one trick that I have found, I need 3 batteries, is to put yourself on that timeline that you're trying to achieve, right? Let's say you're trying to bring somebody back around, right? Or yeah, let's say you're trying to bring somebody back around. See, with mind, body, and spirit having to be in alignment, and we can sometimes use emotions, use memories to trigger the necessary emotions. Sometimes the wrong memory will trigger the wrong emotion. So you'll think about when times were good between the two of you, but all that does is create longing and more anxiety. So one thing that you can do is don't visualize them calling you. That creates anxiety. Shoot past that to something that y'all have yet to achieve. No, not the wedding bells, but maybe visualize you guys on a vacation or, eating at a restaurant you've never gone to. Create a memory and tie into that timeline. Tie to that timeline. Okay? The same thing with money. If it's hard for you not to feel the oppression and the weight of the bills, and y'all know we have all been there, right? You like, man, they about to cut my off, all the way off, and so you lighting your candles and doing your stuff, but you like, man, dang. So it's hard to get there. Don't visualize like what you would normally do. Shoot higher, right? Like, I mean, you rolling in it. You are shopping at the Ferrari store or somewhere in there. Tie into that energy and see doesn't it help snap you into alignment, right? See if it doesn't snap you into alignment a little bit better than using a memory or a thought that'll just trigger like anxiety and depression and stuff like that. And see, don't your work start to move a little bit faster because see, you've cleared out the unnecessary gunk, right? The unneeded emotions, that's unnecessary gunk. That's why I always tell folks, if we engaged in some work, man, stay off that person's social media because all it is, man, I'm cooking. Shoot. I mean, I'm in the lab. Boy, shoot. My love working. I got my love working. And it's gonna work on you. I got my love work. I'm cooking, right? I'm cooking up something sweet and delicious. And you come dumping seasoned salt in there. I'm like, no. You know, that's all your anxiety that you done got from looking at this social media. Oh my God, Prophet, he done deleted all the pictures that had me on it. Man, get off social media. Social media is the worst thing that you can get on when you're doing love work. Stalking the person, watching the pot. You in there trying to make Kool-Aid and you dumping some dang on garlic powder in there. You dumping garlic powder in there. No. You got to keep the right emotions, like the Hotepers, the right vibrations, the right frequencies, whatever y'all want to call it. Everything has to be in line. Everything has to be in line. Dang, Tasha, I feel you. Coco says, when my money working results slow down, I visualize going to get my cousin G-Wagon. It's on the showroom floor waiting with the red bow on it. Works every time. See what I mean? And guess what? Guess what? You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to do anything else. You have found, see, not only have you found the right visualization, but I guarantee you, Coco, when you visualize that, there's some type of response. You feel something inside when you visualizing that, right? You feel something. So guess what? When you're going through your mental Rolodex, you can find something else. And eventually, all you're doing is calling forth that feeling when you're doing the work. You won't even have to visualize anymore. You just call forth that feeling. With two babies back to back. Well, Nix, I mean, I appreciate it, but you know, y'all had a part in that. Y'all had a part in that. Y'all did the hard part. But ching. DeAndre says, for me, it helps a lot when I play music that puts me in whatever. Music helps for me too. Y'all know when I am doing like some working that when I'm doing some working for myself that where I'm trying to like get over a financial hurdle, or I need to like get something moving, you know, just clear the roads a little bit. I'll cue up, you know, Big Poppin' by T.I. And it works every time. It works every time. You know what I'm saying? It does not, y'all don't have to play, you know, something old school. Old school works great because, you know, them old school love songs, man, well, it'll put you in there. Old school love, they don't make, do they even write love songs anymore? I don't really listen to the radio. I listen mostly to podcasts and talk radio. DeAndre, appreciate that. Thank you so much, fam. DeAndre said vibes. Do they make love songs anymore? I have no idea. But I know old school love songs, boy. Shoot. Coco, that's what I'm saying. Trap music brings the money through for me. Now for love work, for love work, I appreciate it, sis. Thank you so much. I do. I do. I appreciate it. Thank you. I promise y'all, I'm not really jumpy. But whenever I hear a noise, because my snakes are in here. So when I hear something shift, I'm always like, did somebody get out? I don't know if any of you guys have pet snakes, but snakes are escape artists. So you always got to be looking. LIG said, not really. They don't really make love songs. I didn't think so. So you got to go old school to love songs. But like Coco said, trap music works. It works for money. They don't even really make trap music anymore. They don't really make love songs anymore. Tasha J said, nope, just let me hit that big booty or Ninja Pay Me music. Ain't no love in it. You're right. You're right. That's all I hear. And I quickly changed. I don't know. That's how I can tell I'm getting old. Cause I don't listen to that. Shoot, when I need some love, when I need some love feeling for a love working, I go to my pastor, the Reverend Al Green. So in love with you. Oh yeah, gotta go to the pastor. Pastor Al, he dials it right in. He dials it right in. Or you can go with Clarence Carter. I'll be stroking. But that's Has anybody listened to that song Stroking by Clarence Carter? Man, you cannot talk about today's music and listen to Clarence Carter. But that's a nasty song. That is a and he sings it like a dirty old man. Like at one point in the song, he just laughs. Like, ooh, man. I'm like, Mama, this is what y'all was listening to? Golly. I guess that's just how y'all was raised. That's just a sign of y'all's time. Right, be stroking to the east. Boy, Clarence Carter, boy, I be stroking. That's what I be doing. Ha, I be stroking. Like, boy, Clarence, calm your tail down. Golly. Ooh. And then you wonder why old generations had like 12, 13, 14 kids. That's why. That in that house dress. Meanwhile, walking around playing Clarence Carter in a house dress with no brassiere. And next thing you know, there you go. This dude, and he's an older guy. Well, dang. Joke about my age. But anyway, his daddy started early having kids and kept having them, like just kept having them, right? You know, even once their mama was like, no more, daddy kept having kids. So dude was like, he's like, around my age, but he has he has a brother that's like 65. He was like, man, I got a grandbrother. Dude said he got a grandbrother. Ooh. Y'all know me, Mom, walking around that. Yeah. Shoot. Moo and be bucky necky. Shoot. Lord have mercy. I know. I had to remind myself this is a spiritual channel. We are known for prophetic wisdom and beautifully edited cinematic masterpiece of videos, but this is not one of those nights, apparently. Y'all don't know what kind of time y'all on this Friday night. Shave them dry. Like, I don't even want to. Oop. I ain't about to do it. Here I am on the Google right now. By Lucille Bogan. Let me see the lyrics. Lord have mercy. Tasha, where you find this song? Good gracious alive. No, DeAndre, I don't keep bay leaves. Look, there we go. Look, DeAndre pulling it back in. DeAndre, I appreciate you. Look, everybody going left. We pull. Look, DeAndre, like, look, let me reel it back in. I don't keep bay leaves in my wallet. I will keep either some 5-finger grass, or some clover, or now here's an old school trick. Y'all can put a collard green leaf, just a little bit of collard green, about that big, in your wallet. Yeah, keep that money in there. Man, y'all, I'm telling y'all, don't Google shave them dry. Don't do it. Shave them dry lyrics. It start out all the way left. What's up, Sheliana? It starts out all the way left. See, this is one of those songs that was only on vinyl that you and your cousin would sneak and listen to when everybody was asleep. See, I don't know about that. Me and my cousin would go through the old records and listen to them when everybody was asleep. Let's see, who we listened to? Red Fox, Skillet and Leroy. And it was like, woo-wee. That is not Fred Sanford talking like that. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. That was Fred Sanford, y'all. Lord, how long we been on here? We've been on here over an hour. Y'all know this one going over the members only. Y'all know this one going over there. Good gracious of life. Nix, you looked it up. It started out. It started out wrong. Lord. I ain't about to listen. No. Oh, no. Now, of course, as soon as the stream in, I'm going to listen to it. Now, Coco, that fenugreek, man, I have fenugreek over on my money altar right now. Right now. That is a static working. And money workings, we should always have them going. I don't care if you rolling in dough, right? You should always have some form of money working going. You don't have to have a dedicated money altar, but you should always have a money working going so that your highs are high and your lows are they aren't that low and they're brief, right? They're really brief. Oni Tony, you know what? I found Paulo. I was not looking for anything to augment my hoodoo. I found Paulo. In hoodoo, we connect with our American African ancestors, the ones on this shore, right? But I've always known, because I've always been a history buff, right? I love history. I'm like, I know we had practices before here. See, growing up, of course, history books are different now, right? But growing up, especially in the South, all we learned back in the day was slavery and Martin Luther King. Like that was our history, right? Slavery and Martin Luther King. And so I'm like, you know what? Let me dig deeper. And this was before the internet. Let me dig deeper. And so that's when I found out about the Orisha. And I visited different Orisha communities in Atlanta. And met some wonderful people, wonderful people. But, it didn't really click, right? So I'm like, okay, well, just like with Christianity, you have the big three. You've got Judaism. Well, I guess that's not Christianity, right? But religiously, you got the big three. You got Islam, Catholicism, and Judaism, right? Or y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, but in African traditional religions, you've got the Orisha practices, and when I say Orisha practices, because you got Lukumi, you've got Isheshe, which is traditional Nigerian Orisha. You have Candomblé, which is in Brazil. You've got Haitian Voodoo, and then you've got Haitian Voodoo, and you've got Palo Mayombe. So I was looking into Haitian Voodoo, right? And like most folks, you just go Voodoo, VODO. Then you land in New Orleans. Then you're like, okay, no, let's go back to Haiti. Not a big Haitian Voodoo community here, at least. And then some kind of way, and it was so funny because, I found Palo just as a fluke. It was literally a fluke. I had no idea that Palo is. I was talking to some other folks about Orisha, but they were Spanish. And then they were talking about getting scratched. I'm like, scratched? What is that? So then they started talking about Palo, and then I dug deeper in that, and that community stuck. And as I learned more, I'm like, this feels kind of hoodoo-ish, right? Because, the marketeers will tell you, oh, the ancestors learned how to make mojo bags from the Native Americans, medicine bags. I'm like, no. In Palo, we make makutos. And so, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. How I found out about and wound up in Palo. Have a good night. Have a good night, Roses. Have a good night. Okay. Okay, Sophia. Okay. So, that's pretty much it. Shelyana said, are you supposed to keep candles on altar for work burning? I don't keep them burning unattended. Does that affect workings? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Like if you look at the videos I've done, like I will tell you how long you can keep them burning and whatnot, because I know a lot of people just don't want to keep them, and I understand because it is a fire risk. Absolutely, there are things you can do to help to mitigate the risk, but you never reduce it to zero. Anytime you are burning something, it is a potential. So I get it. So no, you don't have to. CO or SIO. Love your videos, man. You're a strong Black king. May the spirits bless you and yours, and may they also bless you and yours. Thank you so much for watching. Can't speak about tonight. These people been acting wild. Luckily, DeAndre been helping to reel them in, but they've been going wild tonight. Nick said, I've been looking into Appalachian folk magic lately, and it seems to be really closely related to hoodoo. It's pretty neat. It's not exactly related to hoodoo. It's similar in the sense that, well, similar areas have similar roots and herbs, and people will use them. Pretty much all folk magic will look similar. I was talking to I was actually talking to DP, and I said, if you were to take, like, I don't know, take a Wiccan or something or somebody. Then you take a root worker and tell them, here, I want y'all to do a working, and look, you can take an old Mexican abuelita from Curandismo and just say, hey, I need y'all to do a love working, but nobody talk, nobody say anything, just do the work. And you would see things that look similar. You definitely would. You would see things that look similar. Somebody might pull out a candle. Somebody might make a doll. Somebody would chop up some roots and herbs. It would look very similar. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's one of the things that is unfortunate, that the term hoodoo has become, what's up, Ron? The term hoodoo has become like a catch-all for folk magic. And so people will be like, yeah, my abuelita used to do hoodoo. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure she did some form of folk magic, but it wasn't hoodoo. Hoodoo is down here. She was probably doing Curandismo. Or So like, yeah, my Meemaw used to do hoodoo up in the hills. And I'm like, no, she probably did granny magic or just what people call Appalachian magic. There's a show called The Andy Griffith Show. And on the Andy Griffith Show, there was this family called the Darlings. The Darlings were just a hillbilly clan of mountain folks that came out the mountains every so often into the town of Mayberry. Well, there was a bunch of brothers. They never said anything. They just played fiddles and banjos and stuff. But they had one sister, and I forget what the sister's name was. But I do know she married this dude named Dud, I think. But she wanted to get divorced from Dud. So Andy and Barney took her up to the hills, and she stood up under a tree, up under the moonlight, and was like, itching, witching, nodding, whatever. Look, I sounded, just didn't tell the truth. When I was like, didn't I sound like some of those mumble rappers nowadays? Didn't I sound like one of them just then? But what she was demonstrating on that show was not hoodoo. She was demonstrating, Appalachian folk magic. Appreciate that, Ron. She was demonstrating Appalachian folk magic. But people will go, yeah, my Meemaw used to do hoodoo. No, she didn't. She did Appalachian folk magic. And they will look the same because a lot of people have come here. And when you're here, you look around and go, okay, well, here's that. I can use this for this. I can use that for that. Or whatever their divination, right? Whatever their divination said they could use it for, right? But it doesn't mean that they are in any way related or that one group of people taught it to the other, because we forget a lot of what we do hinges off of divination. And when the ancestors came, there were some babalaos, there were some tatas, there were, some mambos and hungans that came over, and they were well versed in divination. Also, we're people who know how to look at nature, look at the just the lay of the land and go, okay, well, that stays green year round in this cold weather here. So, and the money over here is green. So we're going to use that, you know what I mean? And throw some bones or whatnot, or get messages from spirit on what to use stuff for. Rue is mainly used as a cleansing. But dry. If you're going to use rue in a bath, make sure it is dry. Do not ever use fresh rue in a bath, because it will at times make you photosensitive. And you'll bathe in fresh rue. Those essential oils get in your skin. You go out in the sun and you will not tan. You will burn. So if you're going to use rue in a bath, make sure it's dry. Coco said, that's my show. I still watch it every now and then. Barney, Otis, and Ernest T were my favorites. That took me back. Right. Man, let me tell you. See, I used to watch that show and wish I lived in Mayberry. I'm like, they didn't lock their doors. People talk to each other. Little did I know, in my advancing age, that I would move to Mayberry. Because when y'all come to the shop, you will see. Y'all like, Prophet live in Mayberry. Seriously. Y'all, there have been times where my my back door has this thing where I've got to slam it, right? We've all had a trick door like that from time to time, where you have to slam it to get the little latch to engage. There have been times I forgot to slam it, and it might, the AC may kick on, or there's a crosswind, and I wake up and the door open. And I'm like, man, this door probably been open all night. I didn't even think nothing about it. I'm like, man, I'm lucky a dang on bear cat or a fox squirrel or a deer didn't walk in here. But that's about it, to be worried about. So, I may not have high-speed internet like I had back home, or I may not be able to Uber Eats because nothing, they don't deliver nothing here. It's too far out. But you know what? The trade-offs are well worth it. They're well worth it. So yeah, when y'all come to the shop, I'll drive y'all around, take y'all to go see Mayberry. Nick said, I kept finding stuff my mama or Grammy did, and I was super excited. So now I'm looking more and more into it. Great. You know, I never dissuade anybody from hoodoo, right? That doesn't have African ancestry. But I'm always like, you know what? But think about the power you would gain from looking, from at least looking at your own ancestral tradition. And I know Nick's you practice yours. I'm just talking in general. People who look at their own like ancestral thing. And I mean, and y'all know what I mean by that. Cause I had this one lady, bless her heart. And I mean sincerely bless her heart, not the Southern bless your heart. Cause the Southern bless your heart, it tastes a lot like F you. If you from the South, somebody like, man, bless their heart. Really basically saying F you at that point. But I mean a sincere bless your heart. Cause I was trying she lacked melanin. And I was trying to, teach her some things. But one thing that I was telling her, listen, if you're going to be taught, you have to be teachable. And stop telling me what you already know because you're wrong. She's like, well, and she was like, my mama, or did you say me, mom? I forget, was doing hoodoo. And then come to find out, I've been doing hoodoo all the time. And I'm like, no, you haven't. You have not. You have not. You have not been doing hoodoo this entire time. You have not. But she got so mad. She was like, well, I did my DNA test and I am 0.3% African. So the answer, and I'm like, oh Lord. Y'all know one of the big hoodoo marketeers did that a while ago. It was like, well, I did my ancestry and I am 9% African. So there is my claim to hoodoo. And I'm like, you ain't never been black a day in your life. You need to stop. Y'all, let me go get me another beverage. I'll be right back. This one will be non-caffeinated though, because it's getting late. But I also want to play video games. I'll be right back, y'all. Oh, sweet baby Jesus and the grown one too. Man, I almost came back and cussed y'all out and ended the stream. I stood up just then and my doggone toe hit Lucille. Good. Gracious of life. Hit Lucille. Got my non-caffeinated. But yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, everybody should research their ancestral path, man. I mean, people, you should not choose your spirituality just off of what's popular. So many people do it, but you shouldn't. I remember a time when, man, nobody be caught dead doing hoodoo, and that was how we liked it. But I mean, you shouldn't just go off of, just it just what was hot and sexy in the streets right now, And then talking about it resonated with me. You need to stop with that. What resonated with you? Crap, doggone, your baby daddy resonated with you at one point. Y'all don't cancel me. I'm just joking. Moti Shandas says, "Hi, sir. Greetings. Which herbs can make sweetened spell very, very strong and intense?" Didn't you ask that last time, Moti? Didn't you ask that before? I feel like I've answered this with you, but Balm of Gilead buds. Balm of Gilead buds. Chelsea, don't encourage me. Don't encourage me. But speaking, I mean, and I was just joking, but speaking along those lines, right? When we go back, Nix, stop. Well, going back to the beginnings, right? Going back to the beginnings and building a strong foundation. So many people will begin their spiritual journey, and in a week's time, they're talking about, yes, yeah, I know it said to do this in the spell that you put out, but I feel like the spirit was telling me. I'm like, in a week's time, the spirit is just telling you to do stuff, right? Just follow stuff as it's given. Follow stuff as it's given. Good grief. Y'all, I feel like I want to play some Call of Duty right now. I might end the stream just to go play Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. Then get ready to feed the snakes. I have one that I was gonna show y'all. Nix always calls snakes danger noodles. I have a spicy noodle. Hold on, I'm gonna show him to y'all. Hold on, let me get him. Hold on. Okay, this is his quarantine tank. Let's see, I don't know if y'all can see him. You gonna rattle for the people? Oh, settle down. Settle down. He's really friendly. He's just camera shy. That's my new spicy noodle. Y'all can still hear him. Listen. Y'all hear him? I'm gonna name you Vader, because that's what you sound like. You sound like Vader. You sound like somebody's letting the air out of tire. Dude, it's okay. It's okay. He's just scared. He's just scared. The light scare you? There's the tongue flick up. He's a spicy. Yeah, it's a spicy one. You don't want to take a bite from that one. So I was going to take him out, but I did not want to have to do the gloves and all that stuff. Coco said, my biggest fear is getting a snake and it gets loose. I'm going to burn the whole house down in real life. I'm telling you, snakes are like the easiest pets. Let me put him back. Y'all hold on. Let me put him back. I don't want to get him too scared because eventually I am going to tame him down. Let me put him back up. All right, I'm back. Whew, ran and paid the water bill right quick. Yeah, spicy noodle. Natalie says, I want an anaconda so bad. You know, anacondas are awesome snakes. They're just so big. Like the enclosure you would need for an anaconda. I mean, you just giving them a room in your house. Basically. You're just giving them a room in your house. And I mean, I have boas and they're a pretty good size. But something the size of an anaconda, I don't need all that. That's just too much. Shoot. Angela, hey, what's up, Angela? Angela says, I have a rose hair tarantula. Spiders are pretty easy and chill. You know what? I wanted a black widow. I did. I wanted a black widow. And I'm just waiting to find one around here. Because they're indigenous. They're everywhere. I just need to find one. Convince DP let you get a dog. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm all for dogs. I'm all for dogs. But when people are dead set against them, I don't know. It's because some people look at dogs like, I mean, that's just another mouth to feed. They do. That's what people think. Chelsea says, black cats and huskies all day, every day. I'm sorry, every day. Atlanta came out. You know, huskies are cool. I have a black cat, so yeah. And huskies are cool. You know, if you got a quiet one, they tend to be a little vocal. Coco said, I definitely couldn't do the tarantula. I'm built for a lot, but not built like that. You know, I found out, man, some of the toughest people in the world, some of the just most hardcore and tough people in the world, either one, you know, they scared of snakes and spiders, or two, if a little kid hands them a toy phone, they're gonna pretend to talk. I don't care how tough, how hard, you can have tattoos on you, all on your face and everything. A baby hand you a toy phone, you gonna pretend to talk. The two things. That's just across the board. Across the board. But y'all, I think that's about it for me. I'm gonna come back on tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna do a stream tomorrow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, I'm about to go play some Call of Duty. I have a VR headset that I need to get on. Man, y'all, I have a VR headset because I was like, you know what? A lot of times, because you know I'm a recluse. And I'm like, you know what? That's a way for me to get out the house without getting out the house. I downloaded an exercise thing and it was fun. And then I was like, man, I'm just gonna sit on this sofa. Cause y'all, man, I was actually talking to DP earlier, and I was like, bro, just working around the homestead, building the chicken coop, and then, man, chickens are escape artists. And I look out there and it's like 4 chickens out of my yard. I chase them because chickens will devour your garden. And I already had like 4 tomatoes with peck holes in them. And I'm like, golly. You know, that I'm building a fence, working on, you know, still working on the shop. So I'm like, God dang. By the time the day is, and that doesn't even count, we're not even counting the spiritual stuff that has to be done. Doggone lighting candles, doing readings, moving candles. And then it's the mental gymnastics between, you know, staying focused for this work, clearing, then staying focused for that work, then clearing. And then I've got to do that. And the whole while I'm hammering and I'm hauling logs. You know, that's why I'm built like this. You know what I'm saying? Hauling these planks. And then I've got all this like scrap wood I've got to get rid of. So I was riding around today trying to find the local landfill, which, you know, if you ever try to get directions in the country, it's a nightmare because they're going to always, you can tell them, I do not know anywhere near over there. But they still want to use landmarks for directions. Like I know, just tell me go down here for like 4 miles, then turn right. No, they were like, well, you want to go by the old Darcy farm. And I'm like, so, you know, by then it's like, man, I know I should be doing some crunches or something, but I'm gonna rock this dad bod till I get up out of here. That's just what it's gonna be. But anyway, man, y'all have been amazing. You know that? Y'all have been amazing. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much, DeAndre, for, is it DeAndre or Deandra? For the super chats. Thank you, Nieves. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Tasha. Y'all have been amazing. Thank you, everybody who came and showed out. And showed up. Who showed up, man. It's Friday night. Y'all could have been anywhere. And y'all came and kicked it with the old man. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna listen to this nasty song. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to listen to this nasty song. But anyway, y'all have a blessed and safe Friday. DeAndre or Deandra? DeAndre. Was that the first one? DeAndre? But I am gonna get up out of here. I'm about to go play some Call of Duty. Oh, hey, if anybody has a VR headset, y'all want to hang out in VR? I got the fishing games. Of course, I got the fishing game, right? Or we can play Beat Saber. I bet you, I tear y'all tails up in Beat Saber. Tear y'all up in Beat Saber. All right, but look, y'all have a good one. Y'all be blessed, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Probably earlier in the day. We'll see. And hey, yeah, and y'all watch out for them for all that smoke. Somebody fly up there and put Canada out. They burning it down up there. But and watch out for the aliens. All right, man, y'all stay safe. I'll holler at y'all later. All right, I'm out.